In today's video, we are going to be throwing it back to day 1 of Clash Royale, where I'm sure every single one of us have used this exact deck. So we're going to be trying out today at 9,000 trophies, hopefully getting some wins, and seeing what kind of damage we can do with it. Let's hop straight into it. And hopping straight into our first game today, boys, what is going on? And before we get any further, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, I am using the Evo Knight and the Evo... what's it called? Archers with this. But, you know, I feel like that was kind of fair. I feel like we have to give ourselves a little bit of an advantage at these trophies. We just get absolutely decimated first play. But let's ignore that. I definitely could have done a bit better there, but I didn't. But anyway, guys, you know, I'm cheating a little bit, but we'll see. You know, if we have a successful first and second game, you know, maybe I'll treat you guys and I'll go in at the end without the Evos and see what happens. But we're off to a not so great start here, but we're going to keep running with it. I'm sure we can pull this back. I believe in the power of the Arena 1 deck. So, I actually want to know, did you guys run this exact version of the deck? And if you did, how long did it take you after you started running it to realize, you know, enough's enough, let me change? Because I feel like I used this exact deck with the Giant for so long whenever I first started this game, until you make your little homemade deck with the Mega Knight, which I'm sure is just a canon event for everyone. I feel like everyone came up with their own Mega Knight deck that included it, probably the Wizard, and a few other things. I know I definitely did, but let me know if you guys did as well, because I feel like that is something that nearly everyone's just been through at one point or another. And if you did, you know, use this deck, let me know how long ago you guys started Clash Royale, because I feel like Clash Royale is such a different game now than whenever I started. Like, I wonder what it's like to actually start a new account these days. And I don't know if any of you guys are relatively new to the game. Let me know if it's kind of difficult to get into, or you find it quite easy to get onto, because I don't know, I know for me, trying to start this game nowadays would actually just be so stressful. Like, I don't know what Evos to get, I don't know where to start, I don't even know how long it takes you to get your first Evo, so I think it's just going to be difficult. But we're getting really sidetracked here. Let's focus a bit more on this deck. So we're running the Giant, which is obviously, unironically, probably the best win condition at lower rank, and one of the best at higher ranks as well. It's one that's definitely stood the test of time, and can definitely pack a punch no matter when you use it or where you are. So it's actually one of the few cards I think in this. Well, actually, all these cards are quite viable, you know, whenever you think about it. It's just maybe not in this exact deck, but you know, I think it's still good nonetheless. Now we're taking a lot of really struggling here with this with the firecracker. It's doing a good bit of damage to us, and that is not ideal. So I'm going to need to go for the fireball here just for the knockback, and then I'm actually just going to double spell this because I have no other option. He's going to get a shot off with his firecracker. That's okay. We can take that. We're around roughly equal on both sides. If we do get a win here, it will be a magnificent comeback. So hopefully we can get this up the right side. I'm going to go for my Giant, get a bit aggressive. He probably will go for some kind of mini P.E.K.K.A push up the left, and he does. We'll go for the Knight and the Musketeer down low. I should have placed the Musketeer a little bit further over to you know, go up the right lane after it's finished to back up the Giant a little bit, but we kind of make that mistake there. It's okay. Mini P.E.K.K.A gets in really nicely. Gonna go for the minions here in the center, hopefully to take out the tombstone. Nice, we get the arrows going, and that mini P.E.K.K.A takes the tower for us. Really good comeback, boys, and let's hop straight into the second game. And we are back for the second game after a rather nice first win. We took that win pretty easily, to be honest. Well, not easily, you know. We had that mishap at the very first play, and then he went for Lumberloon up the left, but we pulled it back, and that's what you got to do, boys. You just got to kind of keep going, don't give up on it, and you can win these games, you know, with this deck especially. It's actually a pretty well-rounded deck, looking back on it. I think people just... It's got nothing fancy to it, so it is just kind of hard to find the motivation to sit and play something like this. But it's definitely a fun one to come back to if you guys haven't played it in a while like me. You know, I'm going to lead in with the Giant here, and we should be able to take down this Mega Knight pretty okay. The guards are going to kind of annoy us a little bit, but the Musketeer and the Archers will pack a punch on that. If we could get it down, I kind of really would have liked to keep my Archers alive, just for the convenience of taking down that Princess maybe, but we unfortunately can't, and the Princess stays alive, which is even worse. But we'll go in for a Musketeer here just to kind of get it out of the way. Before it does any damage to our tower, we don't need that in this game. We kind of want to defend as much as we can. Now, let's just go in for our minions on this. Based off the deck he's playing, I don't know what he's actually going to go for here. He goes to the Flying Machine, which is a little bit rogue, to be honest. We'll just go for the Knight to tank and defend that pretty easily. Don't really need to do anything with that. bit of a random deck so far, but I'm assuming that Mega Knight he's playing is an Evolution Mega Knight, so that could cause us a little bit of issues. I would like to actually get round to my Evo Archers as soon as possible, just to make sure that we can deal with that without taking too much damage. That would kind of be the best situation here. So we will play the Archers here alongside the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Take out the Skeletons. Gonna go for the Fireball onto the Princess, just to get rid of that. Take a little bit of tower damage while you're at it. You know, I'll pay the 1 elixir cost to take that damage on the tower, and we'll take that into the next play. So go for the Musketeer here. Should take out this Valkyrie. Relatively no damage taken, just a little bit of tornado effect, and we will be round to our Evo Archers whenever he comes in for his Evo Mega Knight. I know there's a lot of stuff going on that wasn't going on whenever this game first came out, and he doesn't actually have Evo Mega Knight. Well, this is pretty good for us. So we'll go for the Evo Knight here. We'll go for our Archers down low, and with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. on the tower as well, just doing a little bit more damage, and that's going to clean it up quite nicely. Evo Archers going to do the work that they were built to do. Going to go for the Musketeer here in the center, and then we might honestly just go for the Fireball onto the guards, get their shields off, and hopefully they can get taken out ASAP. He will go for Mega Knight. He doesn't go Mega Knight, he goes Valkyrie. Interesting one. I feel like he definitely is back to his Mega Knight, so I don't know why he wouldn't do that, but you know, I'm sure he has his reasons. Okay, we'll go for the Knight here, which will grab onto that Bandit. Go for the Mini P.E.K.K.A. just take that out, and then we will go for the Musketeer here in the center as well. I know we're throwing down a lot of cards, and I'm yapping a lot, but you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, boys. So let's go for the Fireball here onto the tower. Take out the Flying Machine, nice and even trade. We take those all day long, and then we will have to go for the Knight in the center. Just backed out by the Archers, just to take out this Mega Knight and the Skeletons a little bit quicker. I will just go Mini P.E.K.K.A. as well, just to make sure we take all this out. Don't want that doing too much damage. We do get the arrow value here as well. Takes out the Princess. We're going to take that dash from the Bandit, actually. We don't need to defend that right now. And then I will go for the Musketeer. Bit late, unfortunately. My IQ is just not with it here. But we go for the Evo Archers in the center. Yeah, we'll go for them right about now. And then if he goes for his Valkyrie, we're not going to be at too much risk for that. Unless he waits and they catch up. Which is not what we wanted to happen, is it, at all? Hopefully it takes out. One of the Archers actually stays alive somehow. That's going to be quite nice for us. And then he just comes in for his Mega Knight. I think it's too little too late. What does this do? Exact right amount. Isn't that wonderful? And we'll hop straight into the third game. And going straight into the third game, boys. A deal is a deal. I won both my first games. So you know what we've done. We've took out the Evo slots. And we're just running it how it was ran on day one. No Evos. No Knight. No Archer Evo. Or no Musketeer Evo. I didn't have the Musketeer anyway to use, but you know, that's another option in this if you want to use it. And to be fair, I'm sure most of you guys should have, unless you actually are starting out, and if you are, good for you. Well done getting into this game nowadays, because that's you're a better person than me. But I'm sure a lot of you will have probably the Evo Knight anyway. I feel like everyone just kind of has the Evo Knight out of nowhere. I feel like it was one of them ones that, like, whenever the Valentine's event came around, like, what was that? Oh, well, not the one in February. I don't even know how long ago it was, to be honest. It was, I don't know if it was this year or last year, but either way, whenever that event came around, I feel like a lot of people took the Knight, so I feel like most people have it, but if you don't, you know, it's okay. The deck's still strong. It will do you well through the early arenas. Maybe not so much, I'll be honest, whenever you get up higher. And not because the deck is weak. I think people just have a lot more to deal with it, and especially this deck's quite vulnerable to arrows. Obviously having, you know, the minions, the archers, quite a you know, leaves you quite open to being attacked, but that's all right. Now we're going to go for the giant here in front. Tank for the minions, tank for the musketeer, which is going to come into battle quite a bit later than everything else. Minions are actually going to do a little bit of damage, tower damage here, which are really nice. Our giant's still alive, and we do manage to take out his evil firecracker. Hopefully we can get a giant hit off with the giant. Don't quite get there, but we've done quite a bit of damage. We do take the damage lead ever so slightly. Pretty much a draw, but we move. Anyway, so what can I do here? I'm aware that I'm talking so much. I'm sure some of you guys, I know some of you guys hate it and they get a bit of a headache, but you know, that's the way it is sometimes. Okay, let's go for the muskie, and I'll go for the firecracker, or not the firecracker, he's going to go for the firecracker. I'll go for the mini P.E.K.K.A. here as well, and I'm going to lead in with the giant as well, just to kind of get as much as we can. Hopefully we can get this musketeer forward sooner rather than later. Take this out. Doesn't seem to be working, so we're going to go for the fireball. Just take that value. I think that's a trade I will always take every time. Fireball plus tower damage, take out the firecracker. No harm, no foul, and because the firecracker, I'm sure some of you guys would agree quite well that the firecracker is one of the, if not the most annoying cards in this game to deal with. I just feel like it doesn't die, and you know, sometimes you're better off just getting rid of that kind of stuff out of your life, boys. So we're going over the fireball here onto the Tesla just to get that down. Going over the archers onto the firecracker. They're going to get taken out because it retargets, and we will go for our mini P.E.K.K.A here. Now this isn't ideal for us. We're not in a great situation. That does get a hit off as well. What I might do is send, I'm going to place a giant in the back, and I would really like to get around to kind of having 2 giants. That would be kind of best situation here. We'll go for the muskie, gonna go for the fireball. Fireball is gonna just about hit. Oh, he gets that hit off. I think that's gonna be it. I don't think we can defend this much longer, unfortunately. We are gonna lose this game, but you guys know how we do it. Win, lose, or draw, we show all 3 games, and that is a good game for game number 3, boys. And yeah. So this is the deck that we ran, and I showed you guys it earlier, but this is how we ran it for the last game, and unfortunately we couldn't get that 3rd and final win, but I think we showed the deck is quite strong, and especially if you have these Evos, even one of them I think will serve you well. So if you have them, throw them in, give it a go. It's a lot of fun actually, and I think it's just a nice kind of bout of nostalgia that we've all been through. I think everyone has played this deck, and if you haven't, let me know. What did you play instead? Because I think these are like the first 8 cards you get, and I know I stuck with this for a long time, but some of you probably got rid of it as soon as possible. Whenever you start getting the goblins, you want threw the goblins in, and I respect that. I like my goblin followers out there. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do be sure to like, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment below, and I will see you all in the next one. And peace out.